It is chilly out this morning. Look at that outdoor temperature. Brr. So, that being said, the weather was supposed to get down to 48 degrees, and I'm starting to think it's going to be time to bring these babies in by the end of September. Maybe you could get it into October, but the low is supposed to be 48, and that's quite cold for tropical plants. Although they are pretty well adjusted to it since they've been on the porch and in the house with that air conditioning and heat. Um, they're better acclimated. I'm sorry, I haven't had a cup of coffee yet. They're better acclimated. That being said, I have all those plants to bring in with this going on. So I think I'm going to split that into something smaller so I have more shelf space there. I'm going to try to stick like my green aglaonema down there where it's low light. I don't know how well that's going to do. It might end up on the table over here. Maybe it's the snake plant that's out there on the porch. That could go there. But just thinking of things like that. And then since like my outer variegated snake plant hates me. Oh, it totally hates me. You're chucking my inner variegated snake plant that's not doing so hot on the porch. I think the only snake plants I want to keep are the Bonnies and then that green one. I mean, no offense to these other snake plants. They just didn't make the cut. They just didn't love me as much. I'm trying to see what's going on with my Hoya Fitchii here. The leaves are curling and stuff, and I'll have to check that out some other time. So there is that. But I did try to make a video on shoveling and filling up my barrels there, but that video was honestly pretty boring, so I just deleted it. Siltepecana here, it still is not growing beautifully for me. Like, what's with these spots and stuff? I just don't know. There's no pests, and there's yellowing, and I give it the chelated iron sometimes when I don't know. I don't want to get rid of the plant, but I might want to downsize it and part ways with some of it. That way it's not taking up so much space if just the plant doesn't work out for me. But those are just my morning thoughts so far. I'm about ready to go to my coworker's house who is moving and pick up a bunch of pots. And I still have lots of plants to swap, give away, trade, Still got lots of that. So now I'm taking a little sit-down break, going through my reminder app, Planta, that I use. What plants do I need to water and fertilize again? Because I've taken quite the break off of being in the routine of my normal house plant care. And yeah, I'm kind of just sitting here on the swing. Oh man. But I do have my raised beds filled, my barrels. I'm going to get rid of that trellis that was sufficing for a couple years. That's going to go away, and I'm going to replace it with cattle panel in the spring. This winter it's going to suffice for my greens, and I could still use the baby pools too. I got to fill those up, but I'm not using the galvanized raised beds. I also have several pots. I've got more pots given to me from a coworker who's moving. Oh yeah, I need to water my bird of paradise today too. She's looking sad. But yeah, we're still going under a drought. We have a 36% chance of rain Tuesday. Maybe that'll be significant. So, I mean, I'm just using this time to get kind of caught up with the planty things. Like, I just don't know if I'm going to end up keeping this plant either. It's probably going to end up on the chopping block. I might end up just propagating some of it and throwing it out, or just starting off with a whole new specimen. But either way, this plant's not in the best hands right now. Unless somebody else wants to give it a try, I mean, go out. By all means. So it's Friday, Labor Day weekend, and here I am in the house at the plant stand that has spiders all over it again. That's okay. I got windows shut now, so hopefully that can lessen some more. And I was going to attach my plant purge with this video, but then I decided, you know what? I'm actually going to take this evening to do other things, and I'll do my plant purge another day. I mean, these plants are, they're going to give away, or they're just not in great shape either. So, yeah, that can be a whole separate video. But I have a few little updates right here on the plant stand, and one would be my Hoya Bella that has, it looks like a peduncle. Yay! So hopefully she'll bloom for us and we can see her beautiful blooms. They're, but Hoya Bella is supposed to be one of the easier Hoyas to bloom, and it's supposed to be beautiful and smell real good and all that stuff. So I'm excited, but you know, I've still been waiting on Heuschkiliana intervariegated to bloom for a while, but the peduncles are still there. See, there's one right there. There's two on this vine. I haven't seen any more pop up yet. Well, she's pushing out new leaves, so she's pretty happy. Oh yeah, that's right. Last night I decided to go ahead and take the top off my Finlaysonia Layla seedlings because I want them to start establishing their roots. And if we let them dry out more, the roots are going to go down deeper and look for another water source. So it's time. Plus, I did have germination in a couple of these cells and the seedlings are no longer there. And is that because the humidity dome was still on? But I don't know, because like that one's putting out a true leaf now, you know. So I'm just keeping an eye on them, whether the humidity dome still should be on them or if it's time to let go of the humidity dome. So we'll keep an eye on it. So tonight I'm going to water my plastic barrel raised beds. I topped them off with compost, did not water them in, but I do have 3 days coming off. 3 days off coming up. Why am I saying things in really weird? I don't know. Today I've just been not making sense with my sentences. So, yes, 3 days off coming up, and I do plan on deep cleaning the dining room and the kitchen, hopefully. So that's just getting ready for fall to close her up. Just, you know, and it's not hot out anymore, so I could put forth a little bit more exertion. So that's going to be great. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to water that in, and maybe I'll direct sow some seeds. We shall see. Anyway, guys, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good Labor Day weekend. I got to work it. I love you. So does Jesus. God bless.